There we go, we're back on.
Yay! Look at that.
Hurrah.
Huzzah. Cool.
So where did we get to last time?
Well, I was about to ask you something based on
Okay.
Sega games, because there were Sega games. But now, in the interim, I've gone to something slightly different, which I was going to ask you about. Because all the games that there are now in the arcades, you can now play on consoles, right?
Yeah.
And on PC. There's only one genre of games that still exist mainly in the arcade, and you don't get them very much at all, if at all, on as much as you used to on the consoles and the handhelds, which is shoot 'em ups.
Okay, yeah.
Did you ever like shoot 'em ups? And if so, what were your favourites?
So when you say shoot 'em ups,
Spaceship, endless waves of things coming at you, usually scrolling either left and right
yeah.
or scrolling up and down. None of this sort of first-person shooter.
No.
But things like, for example, using I'll give you one of my favourites, R-Type.
Yep.
You know,
I remember R-Type, yeah.
That kind of thing. Because you can get them now and again, but you don't get them as much as you used to on game platforms now. But they were everywhere in the arcades.
It must have been an R-Type clone or a type of R-Type game I played. They tend to
blur together.
All mould into one, really, because you are just doing the same sort of thing. Background's a little bit different each time.
Yeah, I mean, there was the big one after R-Type itself. The big one was from Konami called Nemesis, and its sequel, Salamander.
Ooh.
Where you had like a little fighter ship, and on that you would collect coins or tokens or whatever they were, little sort of balls, and then when you collected them, you had a little bar along the bottom which had your upgrades. So you had laser, rapid fire, drone, shield, big blaster, and all that kind of stuff. And the more coins you picked up, that bar would move. The option would light up further along, and so your bottle. It was kind of like a test of nerve. While you're fighting all these things, do you activate and use up all your coins to activate that upgrade, or wait and hopefully get another coin and get a more powerful upgrade? And so and if you liked, you could stack them up so you could get like your ship with the two little pods that would fly around the outside. And then if you got laser and you really waited, you waited for 5 whole coins and got laser, you could have 3 things flying around you with the lasers going left and right and missiles going up and down. And
it becomes very bright once you're all upgraded, though, doesn't it? Lots and lots of lasers shooting from lots of different directions as well.
Yeah, you kind of become your own worst enemy because you can't see the bullets coming at you because you've got so much other shit coming out of your ship. You can't see anything. But one that Badger Spy brought up, and I just wondered if you see this one, because I'd be very surprised if you hadn't. Defender.
Hang on.
What are you looking? Are you actually looking Defender?
I need to Google everything. Yes, I recognise Defender.
That was crazy. That was like blasting multiple million colours into your eyes every time something, because you had little tiny guys running along the bottom, and the aliens would come down and get them, and your ship could go left or right, and the whole screen would sort of scroll round in a big loop.
Yeah.
And it had all these kind of, when you fired a laser beam, it'd be like 1 pixel thick, but it'd go rainbow colours based on how many times you fired. And so it would just turn into Technicolor hell. But you get all this kind of noises going on. And it would move at like a frame rate that you just was so fast.
I recognise the keyboard. Would you call it a keyboard? I'm not too sure. You call
I don't know.
It's not a keyboard, but you know where the buttons are and the actual outlay.
Yeah, it was the first game to have a smart bomb as well.
Right. Okay.
The idea of a smart bomb, the idea of just hitting that like panic kind of whack, and then watching the whole screen go white, and then everything just disappearing.
See, I'm worried about getting my video games and arcade games mixed up, but I do remember there was a game where you could become an aeroplane and the second person was a car or a jeep on the floor.
No, I don't.
In that sort of sideways scrolling, lots of army stuff coming at you.
Yeah, I think that might have been on a sort of like on a games console.
Right.
Because I don't recall ever seeing anything like that. But I might be wrong. You know, the guys on Mixlr may jump in and tell us straight away. But for me, all that kind of stuff, there was the World War II one called 1942.
Yeah.
Where you're like a sort of cross between some sort of weird biplane and a Spitfire, but it could be upgraded to be firing in all directions. Then there was the car one, which I remember, which was Spy Hunter. Do you remember that?
Right, hang on a minute.
That was like a top-down racing game, but your car could shoot or drop oil or smoke. And it had the music was
yes, and yeah. Oh, look at that! Yes,
Peter Gunn it's like dun 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 dun.
I remember the controller for it.
You're recognising things by controller. I can't even remember what the controller was. That the Peter Gunn theme. That's it, Sean. Cheers. Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
I think these games are so generic now and so hardwired into us when we look back on them. There's so many games where they weren't licensed and they just wanted to have their own version of this game.
Yeah. Badger's just jumped onto Mixlr and he just said, I think the one that Elton's thinking of with Player 2 as a chopper. That's the one. Oh, he's going. I think that's the one with the Player 2 as a chopper, Spy Hunter, but it's not. He's just reminding me it's Spy Hunter 2. Spy Hunter 2, because it was the same deal, but you had a second player with a helicopter.
I can't see any video of that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's just he just said something on the Mixlr, and I just jumped in and was like, yes, I remember now. But so you weren't really into the sort of like the straightforward up shooters kind of thing.
I quite like them. I like 1942 and all that sort of thing. I like that style of game. I find I can't get very far in it because I end up being my own worst enemy on it. But I do enjoy it. I had R-Type on my computer as well, and I used to love playing that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I find it's repetitive, and it's very repetitive from the very outset of the game. And the last level will be the same as the first level, just lots more bad guys and a different colour.
But isn't that the same as all arcades around that time?
It is, yeah, and that is what they're there for. They're there to they're there to take money off you. They're there to give you a quick thrill straight away. And next time you might be able to get further, so you have to start again from the same place. And that is kind of the joy and the bastard thing about arcades. You can't save your game anymore.
No. Well, actually, you say that. There's right. Okay.
Are you going to talk about Dino Rider?
Yeah, that bloody Dino thing where you got cards. I didn't know it was called Dino Rider, but that bloody cards thing, because I saw it. Where did I see it? I saw it in Colchester Zoo of all places. Where you're doing like fighting with dinosaurs, and you put a card in the thing, and it records your status, your update, your work, how well you're doing, or something. I don't know, but
yeah, I've played the Dino thing where you get a card at the end of your game, and you can continue from where you left off. I think there's other games that do that now as well. Once again, it's just it's getting into the mentality of our easy fix and where we got to last time that we take from home.
Yeah, but wasn't that the joy of an arcade? Wasn't that the joy of arcade games, that you would play it, you get your 3 lives, and if you did well, brilliant, and if you didn't, well, fuck off. I mean,
yeah, I think so, because you would, let's say, with me and the RoboCop, I'd put 10p in, and I could do the first 3 levels, no problem, not lose a life, and have fun and enjoy them first 3 levels. Whereas, if you just started on the bit where you died, then you might not get as far and might not enjoy it as much.
Yeah, and for me, I love the simplicity of a game which is just unforgivable. I mean, it's like there's lots of people saying, "Oh, this is the hardest game I've ever played. This is the hardest game I've ever played." On things that are on the PS4 and the Xbox One and what have you, and it's like, dude, you can stop and save. Dark Souls is really, really hard. Yeah, but the game never ends. You die, you go back to a save point. That's not a problem. Something like Ghosts and Goblins. Did you ever play Ghosts and Goblins, which is a platformer with a little knight running across? Now that was not just rock hard, but it was so hard that they actually formed diamonds out of the winning players. I mean, it was fucking impossible. You had to have timing like a gnat on speed to get round some of that stuff. But when you got past 2 levels, fuck me, you felt like a god. It was like manga. You would sort of be going like fire would be coming off of you, and your hair would go white, and you'd be like, ah!
It's like playing Super Meat Boy nowadays?
Yes, that's a very good point. Yeah,
you can jump over the same blade 1 million times, but that time that you just touch that pixel, and it is pixel perfect, and then you're dead. Yeah. That's it. You got it done that time.
Yeah, game over. Yeah, and it's quite funny that kind of game. I mean, Sean McGowan saying on Mixlr, no sense of achievement in gaming anymore, but then again, less game rage. But the thing is, Super Meat Boy is probably about as close as you get to an old sort of mid-80s, late 70s, mid-80s arcade experience now, where you kind of like, I'm doing this because, I'm that good. Or as Badger's just said on the chat, games are easy now for millennials who demand a trophy just for playing.
Yeah.
I love these games where it's just like your skill is what gets you through. Not just because, I'm boo-hoo, I've played like 5 feet, I demand a save point. It's just, I don't know, I love games that are super hard and you lose because you're shit, not because your game's cheating or whatever.
Yeah, the game is pretty much the same all the way through. It's just got more bad guys and you just can't cope with that.
Yeah, you get overwhelmed and it's your lack of skill.
In the chat, Sean did mention APB.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he did, yes.
I love that game. The problem is, because that's another game where you can just sit on there and watch the demo and just hold the steering wheel and spin the steering wheel. Because I remember they had huge steering wheels. Probably about, they used to stick out about 6 inches. They had a real big, long steering wheel on them. But I loved that game so much.
Yeah, I mean, APB. I was trying to think of. I'm trying to think of another one. Am I misremembering this, or was again? This is where it's like, or was this on like the 64 or something like Knight Rider? There was a Knight Rider version.
Knight Rider. I don't know. See, wasn't Knight Rider over by the 90s anyway?
Yeah, but hold on. I'm just suddenly having a realisation. You're talking about the 90s. I'm talking about the bloody late 80s. Oh, shit. I've just suddenly aged about 400 years instantly.
Quickly, let's talk about Outrun.
There you go. Badger just said, don't remember Knight Rider, but did have Automan. Off-road was also lots of fun. Yes, thank you. Yes, sorry, we're on to racing games, aren't we? Just realised. Did you like racing games? I mean, obviously I mentioned Daytona, but...
I liked Daytona. I never really had anyone to play it with, though. There was, for a little while, there was an arcade down in Woolwich, opposite the old NatWest Bank.
That's right.
And in there, they had... Naturally, I would find myself drawn to it. It was like a Formula One version of that Daytona game.
Oh God, yes. I know the one you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it. But yes,
And you got the racing cars going over the bridge.
Oh Christ, yes.
Big polygon, San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge.
Was it Indy 500 or something like that?
No, it wasn't Indy 500, no.
That was on the Amiga, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's now turning into old people trying to determine whether or not their memories are real or not. Podcast.
But I used to like that game. And just for the fact that I used to sit there watching the demo if I didn't have any money, because I just used to sit there going, I want to play that. I want to play that. I really want to play that. I can't play it.
Yeah.
But it was also one of the first games I noticed where it had gears as well. Yeah. And so all of a sudden you've gone from either just a steering wheel or pedals to then, hang on, I've got gears. So you can either do automatic or manual. Okay. Challenge accepted. I shall go manual.
Did you used to do manual?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I could never
Daytona, I would do manual because you were clearly faster on a manual gear stick.
With Daytona, yeah, because it wasn't that whole thing with you didn't really have a clutch. You just had to kind of just slide it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I remember the last proper racing game I ever played on arcades, because since then they just all become much of a muchness, but was it a Sega Rally?
Okay, yeah.
And Sega Rally was literally like 3D, all your lovely colours. It was starting to turn into the sort of 32-bit generation. It was getting there, and it ended up on the Dreamcast and everything. But you could get special versions of it, and it literally had a clutch.
I don't remember it having a clutch. I do remember
there was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just sliding the controller around, but there was one which was actually like the body of a car.
Oh, okay.
And you spent like 5 minutes trying to find the handle just to move your seat forward, because some bastard with 6 foot tall with 16 feet tall was sort of like with size 11 shoes had pushed the chair all the way back as far as it could go.
Oh bloody hell! I'd be like a short round with boxes on my feet.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. So, what was your favourite genre in arcades? I mean, you keep going. You went back to the beat 'em ups, and shoot 'em ups, but
I like the side scrolling. What would you call them? I can't remember the name of them now. Like the Mario type games.
Oh, platformers.
Yeah, the platformers. I like them, but I also like something with a good, like spherical type thing to use, like either a steering wheel or a gun that comes along with it.
Go on, sorry.
So, but yeah, that's why I like Operation Wolf. That's why I liked Afterburner, where you could sit in it. I think it's more a toy thing where you can get in there and actually play the toy.
Did you ever play the Aliens arcade, where it was like Operation Wolf, but you had pulse rifles? And instead of pressing the button on the side for the grenade, you had to do the kind of slot it backwards and forwards to fire the grenade.
No, because I would have definitely remembered that.
It was mad, because it was just like, whenever you saw an alien, it was like you needed to basically empty your entire machine, empty your entire gun into it. But it would always like throw waves of facehuggers at you.
Right. No, I think the closest I got to that was that haunted house game where you had the zombies coming towards you.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is still really good.
Yeah, they're all right. They're okay. Was there a fishing game as well? I'm sure there was a fishing type. Yeah, wasn't there like Sega Sea Bass or something?
Yeah, but I think that was on the Dreamcast. I don't actually think that was in the arcades.
Right, because I know Dreamcast used a lot. They were just basically big Dreamcast cabinets, weren't they?
Oh, sorry. Sean McManus just jumped in saying Bassmasters.
Bassmasters.
Okay. It doesn't ring a bell. Never got into arcade fishing. It didn't pick up particularly well. People just would sit on the console for like 7 hours and just eat some sandwiches.
That'd be awesome.
while it randomly rained on your head for a 4D experience. You had to take a shit in a bush.
The queue would be just people sitting in tents waiting for their go.
Yeah, occasionally you'd have to find someone comes along and says, "Have you got a license?" You'd have to get up and run.
We're going on the spherical things.
Pardon?
Like the add-on type guns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What ones do you enjoy? Because I quite like the punch bag things. I'm terrible at them, but I like them. And there was also a game called Shocker, I think it was.
That sounds like something when you throw your keys in a bowl.
Oh, God, no. Right, I'm going to see if I can...
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, where you had to hold on to the steel handles.
I could do that.
Yeah.
That was one game I could beat in the arcades. There was no other game I could do.
That's because you're earthed. You're so small, there's no resistance down to the earth.
No, it's not electrocuting you, though, is it, that game?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just violently vibrating the handles that you grip onto. And the more you grip, the harder it hurts. So you just hold onto it, tightly, but then never let go. That's all it's doing, is vibrating your hands. It was never shocking you.
Okay.
But that was one game I could beat because I could hold onto it and go all the way through. And it was brilliant. I thought I was the bee's knees. And then you get like smoke coming out the guy's ears at the top. And it had a light bulb in his mouth.
Yeah.
That would glow as well.
Interestingly, the Shocker that I was thinking of was the one that Badger Spies just put on the Mixlr link, which is the wiki hand gesture Shocker. Don't look it up if you're under the age of about 105. Not advised. But yeah, I do you know what? For a lot of those peripheral games, especially like the ones with the punch bags, normally I wouldn't go anywhere near them because I was too self-conscious. Sorry, Sean's just posting something else funny. And you'd be too self-conscious that you were punching like a girl, if you want to put it that way, or just you'd get a terrible score. You're really putting yourself out there. But the only one I did do was there was like a Mega Man or a superhero one where it was like a bar that would come up and it'd have like what looks like a sort of catcher's mitt. Big padded catcher's mitt, and you'd have a boxing glove, and you'd punch it, and the harder you punched it, there's a screen behind it, which was the face of the bad guy, and you basically had to demolish this guy till like he lost all of his teeth or his hair, or you basically had to punch the taste out of his mouth, and you could choose who you were going to fight. So, and it was kind of like, so it was a bit like a fighting game, and every time you hit it, this arm would go down. And it would slowly come back up, and you'd have to basically get him to sort of never come back up. Keep punching him until he stopped getting back up. I remember playing that a lot, but then that was when I had lots of anger issues. I must have done at least 20 quid on that thing at one point. But the only thing with peripherals that I even remotely liked was the motorcycle games, where you'd race and you'd sit on the motorcycle and you kind of you'd lean into the bends and all that kind of stuff. Jack Woodgate just said about my game that I was talking about, the punching one, said there's a version of the game where you could capture your own face on the screen.
Oh, why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Self-loathing? Yeah, he's just said the same thing. Sense of self-loathing. But,
motorcycle. The motorbike ones were really good.
Yeah.
It was when we first moved up here, my boy wanted to have a go at one, but he was too small to get on it. And so I had to do that kind of pillion thing and lean over and hold him onto it.
Yeah.
And as you went over, you could feel him slipping over on the petrol tank. And you're like, okay, grab him, and then sling it over to the other side, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Yeah. But did you ever cheat, or did you actually sit on it properly? Because once you got tall enough, you could sort of put your feet on either side and just sort of just lean it over, as opposed to sort of putting your feet on the actual
I'm not tall enough for anything.
Oh, Elton, you're not a Smurf. I'm not. You can still reach the bloody pedals.
That's the thing, though. They're built just big enough. So, no, I'm not tall enough to reach the floor on them.
Mm. Because there was that. They've got a brand new one, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called something like TT or something like that. And that's in Brighton at the moment. But right next to it, and it's something that Badger brought up a little bit earlier, is horse racing.
Okay.
And you actually sit on the back of a horse. The horse's head's kind of not really there. You're kind of like, it's like handlebars. But you literally have to rock backwards and forwards. And your horse would ride faster the harder you sort of pushed it.
It's like going to a Millwall match, really.
Pretty much. Or one of those special clubs where you put money in ladies' thongs. Because I tell you what, it's another one of those games where people jump on it and go, oh yeah, horse racing, this would be really cool. And then you see after about 2 seconds of them working out exactly how they have to basically pelvic thrust the thing along the race course, you sort of see on their faces like, shit, I've made a terrible mistake and I'm in a room full of 100,000 people.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Sean McGowan going, yeah, you do talk like Mickey Mouse after it's over. Yeah, it's like, oh, that was the best game I've ever played. Oh boy, I really wish my balls would drop sometime soon when I find I've got enough money now to go again.
Did I win that match?
Yeah. I don't care.
Now, the only horse racing game I've played is you have like the air hockey paddle and a slider, and you have to bash certain numbers. You have like a big square in front of you. You put your money in, and a big glass screen with horses behind it on like certain rails.
Oh, a bit like whack-a-mole sort of thing.
Kind of, yeah. And so you whack your puck and it hits a number at the top of your square. Let's say 5, and so your horse moves 5. And then if you hit a 2, your horse moves 2. And you have to race against 9 other people. And I quite enjoy them.
Yeah, I like those ones. I mean, it's because they got something very similar to that in sort of like when the carnival comes to town, where you got someone sort of literally doing the voice, doing the sort of commentary, going, but the number 5 is coming up on the left side, blah 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 blah.
That's
kind of
it, yeah.
Yeah, and you got like kids literally just tapping their own number in every time it lights up. Yeah. That's quite fun when you're up for a bit of a more physical challenge, because it's just one of those things where the guy's G'ing you along and you're actually like, come on, I'm going to press that button.
Yeah. See, Sean in the chat has said about he is the air hockey champion of the world.
Is he really now?
Really? I think everyone thinks that they're the air hockey champion of the world, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. I was going to say, anyone can just smack it as hard as they can off the left-hand side and hope the person's got their hand on the right-hand side and watch it just disappear.
But is there anything funnier than when you have kids watching you play air hockey and they put their fingers just over the edge?
Oh, yeah.
And you smack their fingers, obviously by accident.
Obviously,
and then you see their bottom lip come out and you think, yeah, I got you. But it's also annoying because you have them people that do hover around you and you're like, I just want to play air hockey with my kid once. But they're like putting the money on the table, and there's like rules to putting the money on the table as well. And you think, and then all of a sudden you're into politics of air hockey, which can be overwhelming at times.
Yes.
It's like money being put down on the pool table.
Oh, God. No. Yeah. Oh.
Winner stays on, or is it winner stays on? You're not too sure.
Yes.
But I just want to play my girlfriend at pool. No, it's winner stays on, mate. What do you mean it's winner? Oh, okay. So I have to lose to you now. Okay, now you're going to be the big man. Yeah. Or you're the first people on the pool table or the air hockey table, and there's like a queue of people watching you, and you're just, no, go away. I'm the best, but go away.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, when I've played air hockey, especially when the kids, where you got to kind of go easy on them rather than just give it a smack straight down the middle and watch them kind of wave their arms like some kind of sort of headless chicken. Where there's never been people sort of queuing up. I mean, I know I've seen it in other arcades, but normally that's not when I'm playing. I mean, those kind of games are best enjoyed with a friend. You can't really go up against someone else, I don't think, because you just end up getting really cross, or shit goes down where you kind of get distracted by their friends, or they get distracted by yours, and it just turns into a big faff. That's not what I don't like that at all.
Well, it becomes bravado. Yeah,
exactly. And for what? You know, just so you can say, "Oh, I managed to get my big plastic coin in your slot, madam." Huzzah! But if I was playing you or Sean, by fucking jingo, there'd be some shit talk going on.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, money would be lined up on that side.
Yeah,
definitely.
Money would be lost. I don't know who would lose it, but money would be lost. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe we should go to New York. Let's go to New York and play air hockey.
Destroy Sean at air hockey.
Yeah, British contingent. Yeah, winner keeps America.
Oh, easy. Christ. How do we tie a rope onto America and drag it back?
No. We just bring a big cup of tea. Big tea chest. But, oh, by the way, can I just say, because I'm seeing this on Mixlr, and I know this is not kind of related, but Mr. Badger keeps... isn't Sean's going, isn't that the plot to Rocky 3? But wasn't it 4? I will destroy you. Was it 4?
4 is Dolph Lundgren, the best one.
I think that's the one. That's not the best one.
It is the best one.
Shut up.
It is the best one. I've proved it on Shonky Lab.
Yeah, on your own. There's shit after 2. Thank you, Sean.
I'll give over.
God dear, you and your Demolition Man love. Jesus, Elton. The one with the fucking robot. But all I was going to say was, Mr. Badger Spry, while we're talking about arcade games and video games, Mr. Badger Spry has been giving us shit, giving me shit about a game called Speedball, which we have just previously mentioned, I think, in part 2. Yeah. Ice cream. He keeps going on about he's been the Speedball champion of the world, yeah?
Okay.
Can I just say, first off, that in my prime with Speedball, I could finish a whole game or get so far ahead that I could basically annihilate even the computer in 30 seconds. Okay? That's the first thing. Then he came along, he got a copy of it on the Xbox, he was giving it all the big ups. He gave him the big ups at his house. He went, okay, I'm going to win. And I literally tore him, not just a new one, but I literally left a hole in his carpet looking through to the floor below. So
now, was this on Speedball or Speedball 2?
Well, it was Speedball 2.
Right.
That's what it is, and that's what he's talking about. Speedball champion of the world. I will say this now. If he wants to come back and have a public Speedball game, I'll anytime, anywhere, as long as it's not that stupid rehash where they did Speedball in 3D, because that was shit and it didn't work. But Speedball 2, Mr. Badger, the challenge is down. I will break you, to use a Rocky 4 metaphor.
Well, I think you've just come up with a brilliant subtopic for the next Shonky Lab. I'll be dishing out champions of the world next time. Yeah,
nice champions of the world.
So you have to phone up and then choose what you want to be champion of, and then that's it. You are it.
Yes. Well,
it's too late to do it on here now, though.
No, let's not do it now. Yeah. Because I would much rather be Ball Blazer, which is on Commodore 64, which is not an arcade game.
Well, you'll have to phone up next time.
Phone up?
Yeah, them's the rules, I'm afraid.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, where were we?
Well, we've done motorbikes and APB, add-ons. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with what's it called? Guitar Hero?
No, not in the arcade.
Yeah, because that is kind of the arcades went into our front rooms, and now our front room games are going into the arcades.
Yeah, because it's that it's what we were saying earlier. It's that whole thing of when the arcades had the technology to beat the consoles, everyone went to the arcades. Then when the consoles caught up and then overtook them, and then the PC gaming all started, the arcades just sort of emptied. So now it's kind of like the fight back is essentially getting games that you play on your PC and on your phone and everything in the arcade. So you got things like I say. There's a Jetpack Joyride. There's Fruit Ninja. There's Bejeweled. There's, as you say, Guitar Hero. And it's like, hold on, why am I paying £1 to play a game that I've got on my phone?
Yeah.
That I can have forever for £1. But
while you're in line, you can still play that game.
Yeah, and probably get better. Oh god, massive multiplayer arcade machines like 8-player X-Men.
There was an 8-player X-Men.
That's what Badger's claiming. I don't remember that one. I remember the 4-player one, which was a bit like sort of. Oh god, what was it the bit like your Golden Axes and your Double Dragons and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, see, I remember the 4-player stuff, like the Golden Axes, Turtles, and then the 4 car games linked together. I have seen, and there is one nearby me, where you have 2 of them linked together. So you got 8 cars ready to go. That's as big as it ever got for me. That's the biggest I've ever seen. So, 8-player arcade, that is just one huge machine to stand around.
Yeah, actually Badger just backed up and said it was 6, not 8. But that's still huge. That's still a lot of people.
That is, yeah.
I don't remember it, I'll be honest with you. Oh,
is that like Smash Brothers or something?
No, I like I say, I vaguely remember the X-Men game being like a Golden Axe Altered Beast clone. The sort of Double Dragon Streets of Fire. Is it Street of Fire? Streets of Rage, where you're walking left to right. You're oh, and he's going, look at it. Oh my god, yeah, there you go. It's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's just why? Why would you? You wouldn't. The chances of you getting 6 people around a machine, really, and the chances of someone turning up who's an arsehole who's just going to jump in there and just take one of your coins or your extra coins and go, okay, fine, I'll just play this until you all go away. No, I don't know. That's community gaming too far.
Yeah, that is a game where you do need another 5 friends to play that. That's not you're not going to be the person who stands there on his own playing that game, are you?
Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, you don't want to be the one standing in the middle being Cyclops, but you can't actually do anything beyond shooting people with your eyes. It's just boring. Everyone would want to be Wolverine. It just turned into a fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
With going back to the Guitar Hero, have you ever played it in the arcade?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I pretty much got the same experience that I did when I played it on at home or around a friend's house.
Right. Which is I found out that I'm not a Guitar Hero fan.
Don't like it at all.
Fair enough. I mean, Guitar Hero is one of those games which is either you either play it in a group and you go, this is quite funny because you're trying, or you just go, enough's enough, this is boring. But I just don't. So I don't see how you play it in an arcade. We've already said it's about 10,000 decibels in there, isn't it? How do you hear the music?
Well, it's just louder than everything else.
Yeah, but even so.
No, but it's one of them units where you have to stand off from the screen. The screen is going to be at least 100 inches. It's a big old screen. And then you've got the big guitar stands where you put your axe down and then pick it up from. And
nice.
I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Have you ever seen videos of people playing Guitar Hero?
Yes, because funny enough, I used to go. We had one evening we went round to Badger's, Mr. Badger's Surprise, and we played Rock Band, which is very similar. We all dressed up as as different rock stars.
I'm sure if you are the rock star doing it, playing the game, it's fine. But when you're the person on the outside watching the other people watch the screen, it's a very different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's pretty boring. I mean, did you used to like doing that? I mean, sort of being the sort of standoff bystander watching other people play the game? Playing a game, any game?
I think that's my default mode, only because I didn't have that much money. It was very hard. Once you're given your allowance, and once that's gone, then you become the lurker.
Yeah.
And hoping for, looking around for 10p on the floor.
Yeah.
Or 2p on the floor. And you save up these 2p's to maybe change them into 10p's.
Yeah. Were you the lurker that would stand behind someone while they're playing? Or were you one of those lurkers, like I was, I'm afraid, where you kind of hang off the side of the cabinet? You know what I mean? So your fingers are just clasped on the edge of the cabinet, your head's just coming round from the side, from the left or the right.
I think I've been both.
Yeah?
Definitely. I do like to watch and see what other people are doing. See, with the roller coaster arcade things where you can put £2 in and then have a roller coaster ride, I've stood there clutching the machine, watching that, and they're quite good, or you do get a certain experience off of them. But I tend to not get in the way of people because I know how frustrating and annoying it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You just brought up the sort of roller coaster thing. I've seen a couple of those. I don't see the point. Why not just get in a simulator, or better yet, spend the money going on a roller coaster? Well,
sometimes you're not in that vicinity of a roller coaster. We have one down in our local bowling lane.
What, a roller coaster?
No, not a roller coaster, a roller coaster simulator.
I was going to say, how big's your fucking bowling lane?
Yeah, one of these roller coaster simulators, it's £2 a go. And so it's okay, if you're going on that, you're not going on anything else, and you don't get any food. And I think Kimmy jumped off of it because she didn't like it, and so I poked my head around, and it did look really good. You did get some sort of motion to it. It did trick your mind.
Yeah.
But then you feel, rotten and green around the gills after.
Yeah. Cool. Hold on, I've just noticed it's gone buffering.
What's gone buffering?
On the Mixlr.
Was it?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe something's gone wonky with your internet.
Oh, it could be my internet, yeah. It sounds... I don't know why, though.
Because you suddenly went a bit squawky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can still hear you. Yes, apparently everyone can still hear. Hello, everyone. Sorry to do that. It's probably just me buffering then.
You're sounding a little ropey at the moment.
Yes, so am I. Sorry, you rather.
So am I.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Anyway. Well.
Right. Well, we've only got 15 minutes left on this third. I don't think we're going to go into a fourth hour.
No.
Because that's just crazy.
That's just crazy talk.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to cram in on this last 15?
Only did you ever play arcade games based around films? See, we did talk about Star Wars, but there is a Jurassic Park shoot 'em up.
Oh,
and there is
didn't like that.
Terminator shoot 'em up. With the guns and everything, and aliens, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think there was a Rambo one as well.
I remember playing the Jurassic Park one because you got into a car.
Yeah.
Or one of the Jeeps that they use around Jurassic Park.
I'll ask. But Jack Woodgate just jumped in and said, as a good question, What initials did you use on your high scores? Did you go for an actual initial, or did you go for bum, arse, dick, D-I-K, anything like that, or tit, as Jack's just put down?
I think you have to do the rude ones.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a high score? Because Badger wants to know.
Yes, I did, yes. For some weird reason, the pub me and Amanda used to go in where we met, they, around about 2 years after we started going down there, they brought in the Konami football game.
Oh, yes.
And I was very good at it.
Humble brag. Yeah, go on.
I was very, very good at it, and I did get high scores. And people used to play as Brazil to get the World Cup, and there was me. Okay, no, I'm going to be patriotic and be England. And I used to get the high score.
Wow.
Also, while I'm bragging, you know the golf game that we said about the rollerball?
Yeah.
I did get a hole-in-one on one of them once. And Amanda saw that, so she can verify that as well.
Nice. Hole-in-one. Well done. Because Sean's just said if he got a high score, it was SMG. If it was bullshit score, then they used fuck, tick, or cock. Nice.
No, the initials I used were EJM, like my full initials.
Oh, right. Badger was guessing that you put ELT.
Yeah, I did now and again, but it was more EJM.
Right. Well, I always used to go with LJM. I only ever got high scores on things which had only just been switched on. So like your Tron game, and but the only one I was very, very proud of was because I think it was a golf game. I'm pretty sure it was a golf game in Australia. When we were in Australia, it was quite a while back. Was it Carol's uncle took us to a golf club for dinner, which was very nice. You know, sort of really, really plush kind of place. We'd only just been recently married, and they all went off for a little wander around the grounds while we were waiting for food to turn up. And I went to the toilet. But then what happened was I said, I'll catch you up. And as I walked out of the toilet, there was this arcade machine. Melissa wants to know what J stands for in your name, Elton. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a sec. And I came out, and it turned out the actual score on the golf machine was actually network linked to all the other golf machines of that type.
Right.
So the score was like a scoreboard of 1,000. The top 1,000. And I put some coins in, and I didn't get very far, and I had to leave it, and it timed out because if you don't do anything. But I did the first 4 holes, and I got on the scoreboard just with the 4 holes. And I thought,
right,
that's brilliant. That's gone around the world. Actually, looking at it, it probably meant that there was only like 5 or 6 machines around the golf club, but I was quite pleased with that.
That was like a humbling experience.
Yes, against the whole world, as I thought.
Yeah.
Our sound's going a bit, apparently.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit, yeah.
But, so my initials are usually LJM or CNT, depending on how well I've done.
I'd have to spell that out in my head then. Just wonder what does that mean? Oh, that's the worst word.
Yeah, but no one knows unless they know it's you. So it was either LJM or CNT. There you go.
Oh dear. There's only so many words you can get out of them, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's right. More about the pronunciation. If you go phonetically, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. You naughty man.
Yes.
Right, I think we're running to the end now.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, cool. Right, thank you very much for joining me, Lee.
No, not a problem at all.
It was brilliant. I honestly had a wonderful time.
So have I
hope everyone else has enjoyed listening to it.
Certainly seems like it. Though Badger's a bit upset that I have a 3-letter name, first name, and actually never used it in the high school tables.
You were built for it.
Yeah,
shame on you.
But there's hundreds of Lees. There's only one CNT in the world. Anyway, go on.
Clive Nigel Taylor really hates you at the moment.
Yeah, he's going around kicking chairs and his ears are burning.
Oh dear. Right. Well, do you want to plug your wares while we're still here and we've got less than 10 minutes to go?
Yeah, sure. You can hear me and you.
Yep.
And Jim and Elton on the Black Dog podcast.
I am Elton.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's you as well. Sorry, you were just an anonymous voice down the line. I didn't know who you were. No, you can hear me and you and Jim and Darren on the Black Dog podcast, which you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, geekplanetonline.com, in all good bookshops, possibly down the back of the sofa if you look hard enough. And join us on the Facebook group as well, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog podcast.
Excellent.
There you go.
Right, so thank you everyone in the Mixlr chat room. Do you know what? It's been brilliant.
It has.
It has. It's been absolutely wicked. And Doreen did say about the tents in the queuing up for the bass thing.
Yeah,
were they
tent.
were they zebra stripes? I don't know. Be good though. Be good.
Yes. Well, I still think every time I hear you on, and I don't actually see you, I just imagine in my head that you're still sitting in your little zebra tent.
I do have that poncho still. It will come out in bad weather. It's not next to a lion's cage again next time.
Yeah, well, that's always a bit foolish.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone's saying thank you, by the way.
What is up in the Black Dog next week?
Next week we finish our 4 weeks of horror, which has lasted 8 weeks, with the African zombie film The Dead. And then after that, we've got Clerks, and then we're into the Christmas films.
Hooray!
Oh, God.
Good stuff. Well, what I'll try and do one more Shonky Lab before the end of the year. Maybe just a get-together of people that want to join in and talk. I might even do like a solo one where people can just jump aboard. I'm not too sure how that would work. But I'd like to do it. I think it'll be good. We can bring like crisps and dips and maybe our toys in as well, like end of term type thing. Nice.
Can we bring in our PlayStations and our Game Boys and
no electronic games. Mousetrap is all right. Ludo's all right. And Twizzle Sticks.
Twizzle Sticks.
Yes.
Well. Fucking hell! 1 minute I think you're much younger than me, and then 5 minutes later, you sound like a Victorian dad
with my pantaloons.
Yes. Fancy crisps. Don't forget the fancy crisps.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've got a video of fancy crisps from the other week. I don't want to share it anymore because it's quite disgusting, and poor old Darren got the wrong end of it without knowing it.
Now we bring fancy crisps on the Black Dog, the last episode of the year.
What, we saving Christmas?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to bring fancy crisps. Anyway.
You're gonna shit in a bag and throw it at me when you see that film. I picked it for its deliberate awfulness.
Oh, good on you. Oh, great.
Anyway. Right,
so yeah, I'm going to close it off here. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for downloading as well. Everyone in the chat room, you still have to download. That's your duty. That is your privilege, but also your duty to the Shonky Lab. And yeah, spread the word if you wish. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.